Our guest this week on Thumb Stopper is Juliet Maguire, a powerhouse in South Africa's automotive journalism world. As one of a handful of women that have made their mark in this space, she creates her content for anyone and everyone to engage with it. She believes everyone should have access to the information they need about the cars they might want to purchase. And she does this in her own unique and irreverent way. It's no wonder she walked away with the trophy at this year's DSTV Content Creator Awards in association with Samsung Galaxy. My name is Omar Moto, and this is the Thumb Stopper podcast.
You don't seem like you're at the end of your exhaustion.
No. Okay, this is all false. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just putting it on. I'm going to absolutely fall apart. I'm just holding it together. If that one string gets pulled, I'm out.
How's 2023 been? So, I mean, we are at the tail end now.
Yeah.
But how has it been? Besides being exhausting.
Well, so... I mean, anything's better than the year of COVID. So I feel like if that is my benchmark, it's just that much higher. It's been a great year, but it's also been a challenging year and a long year. And when anything keeps happening, I'm like, really, universe? Cool. Like, bring it. That's what I feel like at the moment. I've seen a couple of memes or videos where, like, there's that boat that goes up and like, cool, and it's like...
But isn't that kind of like suffering from success in a way? When there's a lot happening, but you kind of regret it at the same time?
I think it's full adulting.
Oh.
Yeah, why is that? No one told us about this part of adulting.
Taxes,
Pressure, responsibility, kids, mom guilt.
Mom guilt?
You know?
What's mom guilt? I'm a dad.
No, you see, that's all the patriarchy in society.
I'm so sorry. We're working on that.
Good. I'm hoping. I'll throw some guilt over to you. It's mom guilt, I think you just... guilty all the time, no matter what I do, how I do it.
Yeah.
I work. If I'm working too long, I'm away too much. If I'm home, I'm not paying attention, or if am I not making enough money? Am I being a good role model? You know, I was away now, then he was sick. I felt like the worst mom on the planet. Oh my gosh, I just cried all day. I was adoring.
You're away often.
Yeah, I'm away a lot.
Yeah.
I'm that mom.
Do you do a video call in a day?
So, again, the mom guilt hits me right there. Thanks. I do not.
I'm sorry.
But I do try.
Okay.
But often it just works out that, like, on the launches that like a business presentations, whatever, it starts like 5 or 6. I'm in that. My son comes home from, like, sort of the park or wherever he's been at sort of that time. And then I go straight into presentation, dinner with all like the clients and stuff, and then by the time I'm out of it, he's long gone to sleep.
Yeah.
So then I try to do it in the morning. He is not interested. Do you know what I mean? I'm like so excited. I'm like, oh, he's like that.
Kids are resilient. Kids get used to the situation around them.
You're very, very adaptable. Like well, my son certainly is.
So I feel like the guilt is just you don't.
100%.
You don't need to.
No, but I think ask most parents, they haven't.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
You've just got to accept it.
I mean, this entire week I've been working a lot more, and it's like, hey, are you guys still fine? No. We guys still fine at home? Yeah, like no, we're good.
Didn't notice him go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so sorry. That don't matter.
Yeah, that's how I feel often. I came home the other day between launches quickly. I had like an hour, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And I rushed it and stuff. Just come to give you a cuddle, and he's like, I need my tracks. And I was just like, you could not give less of a fuck that I'm home.
When women, these are not my priorities.
No, I'm out. And I was like, left. I was like, chill, whatever. And then I do stoop to his level.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm standing. I'm just like, oh man, I'm like, no, I feel like an idiot.
I mean, for raising a little boy, I think it's pretty cool that he's got a mom that is in very much a non-traditional field.
Yes.
I mean, just in general, like journalism with automobiles is also a non-traditional role, but
completely.
It's for a woman to be in that space. It's very new.
It is.
Not new necessarily, but so public facing.
Correct. I think what's helped or what makes it sort of now more where we're at is that we've got something like content creation, not in terms of just like writing an article for a magazine. We're being seen.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that sort of like accelerates the change, because when I started 16 years ago, I think there were probably a handful of us. There were a couple of older women that had been in the industry, but I mean, maybe 3. And then the rest, every launch, I was chatting to Kwazi just now, it's just me and some old white men. They're like coming for a boob hug every time.
A boob hug.
Yeah, most girls know what that is.
Oh, I'm learning.
It's a big.
You see, I'm learning about the patriarchy.
Yeah, you got.
What I'm learning about.
It's just the world dynamic of companies, and I hate hopping on about it because I'm like, no, it's already changed. You know, we like power forward and.
No, we can fully open it.
I'm like, stop complaining. We're good, you know, but actually,
well, we have to work on it. We have to work on it.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
Yeah, and something like an industry like this, it is so interesting because so often I think we've made such great strides and I'm in it, like I feel unrespected, and then whoa, like there's a turn. I'm like, oh no, I'm not actually, because there's just still so many things happening within the industry that are very, very male focused, and whether it's, you know, they're looking for a writer that's, you know, maybe specifically electric vehicles sort of related or whatever. They'll be like, who can we get to do this? Yep. I'll be like, I can do it. And then be like, great, you're just going to ask that guy. Well, great, thanks so much. It's like, that's what I do. Yeah. You know?
What is the beginning point of it being male dominated? Is it just that it's encouraged, or is it just the way that it's accepted? It's already a boys' club, so we're not going to pull more women up? Or
I think it's that whole sort of mindset that women don't know enough about cars, or, you know, like maybe I imagine with sports and sometimes rugby. I think sports certainly gone in the direction quicker than the motoring industry has, but it's also at like sort of manufacturer level, and it's at, I mean, I think there is one female CEO at a manufacturer, or I think there's 2, one certainly, which is Martina at Volkswagen. She's the only one. You know, the rest are all men, and it's mostly white men,
and also the marketing points towards men most of the time.
Yeah, completely. You know, and even things like when there's a performance car category of sorts or whatever, often the men are called in for that. Except at the moment now as a judge of the Cars Koza Consumer Awards, and that I got performance category, and I was like, whoa, like I was so happy. Like I was get finally. But even we had to do recently on Volta had to do a gymkhana, which, you know, like go through all the cones and blah, blah, whatever. And they wanted to have a women section. So they wanted to, okay, so the fastest woman and the fastest man. Okay, that's when I'm like freeing out, really nice. And then the beast comes out. And I was like, okay, no. Like, no.
But what's the actual difference? There's no reason to have
this. It just does my head.
It's not what's it called? A contact sport. There's no
weightlifting, for goodness sake. Like, I'm driving a car. So anyways, we all get in the car, and over the 2 days, it's probably most of the motoring journalists and content creators in South Africa. And so they're like 60 in total, was 70.
Yeah.
I came third. The person in front of me is a professional racing driver, and the other one is currently racing in a professional racing situation. Still, they wanted to have better women. So you guys, I've just proven to you, I'm not trying to, like, you know, blow smoke up my own arse here, but like, I've just proven that I can drive quicker than all the guys, you know, than most of them, some of whom are racing drivers and are still above them. And I'm not professional in that sort of category. I'm just drive well.
You've been doing this for nearly 2 decades now. In some way, shape, or form. But you started as a writer.
Yes.
And the way that you got into cars.
Oh, it was an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves me mentioning this because he's.
I'm so okay. No, we can cut it. You don't deserve the mention.
He has been mentioned so much. At least we're still really good mates. He's at my wedding and everything. So no, we're good mates. And he's always just like, I don't understand. Like, how did you get this career? And I was the one who was car fanatic. I'm like, well, you know, it's who you know. The kind of was. Yeah, my cousin was the publisher of Culture. Full nemetic one. But I don't know, I was good. He's brilliant. But I still studied and I still went to work. So I was like, I still managed to stay within the industry.
Yeah. But you studied something that is like kind of outside of where you are. You are in the field of drama.
Yeah, so I did film and television techniques. I did like directing and editing and whatever. Here at University, which I think we sort of in. Well, it was. Yeah. So I did that because I always knew I wanted to be in front of the camera. I knew I wanted to be a presenter, but I wanted to know what was going on behind the camera. I didn't want to just do like that.
Do it better.
So I would know, like, okay, do that with sound or do that with none of that carried through. I'm like, I don't know anything that's going on. I don't really help at all. But then I went overseas.
Yeah.
And I came back and I was like, oh, I actually want to be a journalist. Never did I think of merging. It was a field, but it wasn't. No one knew about it. No, even now I would say to somebody, I'm a motoring journalist. They're like, oh, what? So that was always, like, it wasn't like even part of it. But like I say, my cousin was the publisher of the car, and I had to do an internship. And he was like, well, once you finish your degree, you can always come and do an internship here. And I was like, oh, great. At least I got an in.
Yeah.
And then I got there, and I remember it was for a month. And he was like, okay, so we got like 3 days left. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not leaving. Not like it. I'm staying. You will find me a job. And he's like, we don't have a job.
For the position.
I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm just not. And so they had a car magazine at the time had a website called Car Today.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, the only thing to do is you could probably be a writer for the website. And back then, like, digital was like rubbish. It was like an added value sort of that no one was interested in. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do that. I don't care. But I'm here. I came back like the Monday, and I was like, here I am. Please. And then they actually did start a department which was called Car TV, and then we need a sort of production manager, and we need a content presenter and everything. So
is that when you got in front of the camera?
Yeah, and there was a cameraman there who I still work with every now and again, and I said to him, I want to be a car presenter because we only have Top Gear, and I think at the time there was like an Afrikaans show with like men who were, shit, I'm really knocking this, but like gorgeous, like just the dullest dishwasher, like just so boring. Like, just what you can imagine car reviews to be. And I was like, let's make it different. Like, let's make it fun. Let's make it interesting. And so we did some of that, and then I left car. Yeah. So I was like, oh well. Can't do anything. And then YouTube was around, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just do this on YouTube and see what happens.
What was the transition like from doing this for somebody else under somebody else's banner and the cars, and then going your own way and saying, oh, let's just see where this lands? It
was terrifying, but so exhilarating. I am not one to be told what to do, I think. So when people were telling me how I must be, and I couldn't do this, I swear I don't really give a shit. Like, I want to be me in front of the camera, and I didn't like that I had to be sort of quite structured, and I must talk and Newton meters, and you've got to have the kilowatts, and then you must have this. And I was like, I will. But I also want to have a little bit more to that. Like, I want to talk to people who want to buy cars. Yeah. And I didn't think at the time that the industry was doing that. I don't think, in fact, I think a lot of motoring journalists still don't do it. They do it for the love of it, which is great, but they don't be a journalist. Yeah. Because I don't know what your point is there.
The kind of car reviews, the kind of motoring videos that I see is either it's going to be high performance, where you talk about how flashy the car is and with that, or it's going to be complete consumer facing, where it's tell you, hey, this is the reason why you should buy this car. But your style is a lot more conversational and a lot more experiential. I'm in the car right now, and I'm going to tell you how it feels. Yeah. This feels bumpy, this feels... Right?
Like, what did honest stuff. Like, someone who is... I remember when I was younger going into, like, sales or, like, car dealerships and stuff with my dad, and they just never spoke to me, right, ever. Yeah. They speak to my father, even if it was my car. Yeah. And I remember thinking, like, this is bullshit. Like, this is not okay. And none of my friends would go on their own. They always get a boyfriend. I hated it so much. I thought, you know what? I want to be someone who explains things to somebody. I've got the expertise, but I'm going to explain it. Like, and I based it on, interestingly, one of my favorite magazines. Don't judge. The U magazine. Because I love it about everything. Yeah. But what I loved is it can take like quite big and serious subjects and package it in a way that a 12-year-old can understand it. And I thought, well, I want to do that for people with cars, like buying cars. Like, here we go. This is what a Polo does for you. This is what a Rio does for you. These are the things that would bother me or might bother you. Let's talk about it. Most of my friends don't give a shit what engine is under the car. They don't care. They don't even know. They don't know. They're just like, well, I want, someone said to me out there, I just want like electric windows and aircon. I was like,
that's a lot of cars.
Wow. I was thinking every single car. I mean, even your like Renault Kwid has it all. So you're really kind of not setting a tone here, So I just wanted to be more engaging, more conversational, more approachable than just some person who's like, oh, I love cars, so I want to get to drive and then make a video about it.
I mean, for the young girl or young woman that's going to go look for their first car as well.
Yeah.
Thinking of yourself is going to go with their dad or with the boyfriend or whoever. You're now kind of representing and saying, oh yeah, I can actually like cars. Yeah. And not have them spoken down to.
Yeah. I mean, I still am. But I can come back at you. That's the main thing,
What is the actual journey been of? We spoke about now the transition of into doing it for yourself, but the day to day, what does that look like for you now? Because it's from starting to where you're now kind of busy, and you have the launches, you have the campaigns, you're getting sent the cars to test out. It seems like such a fun job to have, but honestly, it's work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, I was so fortunate because I'd been at Car Magazine and because I'd studied, I'd like done the groundwork about the foundations, that when I transitioned, it all came with me. I'd formed a relationship and some sort of trust with a lot of the manufacturers. So they were like, okay, we are willing to help you in this, and let's see. So I was very fortunate in that way. But again, like I say, the work was put into it. It is the best job in the world. I love what I do. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm dirt poor. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you wouldn't do it otherwise. But like, there's not a lot of money in journalism. In video is a bit better. But the day to day, and I think this is what a lot of people that always ask me, like, how can I do what you do and whatever? And I'm always like, you can, but you need to know that sometimes it's awful. Like any job. Like, I got an amazing launch, I drive an amazing car. I'm not going to sit behind a computer for the rest of the day and, create the content, whether it's video or writing. A lot of it is, if you love traveling, it's great. I do not, and I hate flying. So I don't want to plane like once a week. So that can be hard. Like now we're doing a trip to Botswana and we do it so it's Cape Town, Cape Town, Joburg, Polokwane. Then we drive to Botswana. Then we drive for 4 million kilometers, and then we do it all the way back. And we land at 11 o'clock 2 nights later. So it's great, but it's exhausting. And then you get back and you've still got to write the piece, and you've still got the deadline, you've got to edit, you've got all this stuff to do. So it's just a constant juggle of your time. And you spend a lot of time away from home. So you've got to be like prepared for that. And overseas launches. I mean, we go on international launches. And I mean, I went to Sicily. It was 4 flights to get there. We were there for 21 hours and we did 4 flights back to Cape Town. And no one is going, oh, Shane, well, you're tired the next day.
You just have to get back.
They're like, by the way, your deadline is, the next morning. You're riding on the plane and you're sending it and stuff. So it's been a bit better working myself because I just set those deadlines, which I just push up to those stuff. But
it would be working for yourself. How do you keep yourself accountable?
Oh, so
or do you let, I'm working with this brand, they have a deadline, I'm going to keep myself accountable according to that.
So I'm like deadline crazy. So I don't know why. I'm quite competitive in general, so I compete with myself even. So if I get given a deadline, I for some reason have to get them the copy beforehand and stuff. So I've always been quite disciplined with that. So very fortunate. But I mean, my husband like works in a corporate job, and it's so funny. We always like compare, and I'm like, he can sort of switch off, even though he doesn't. Like, he's not in the music industry, so it keeps going. But he can sort of switch off on weekends. If he puts in leave, he's on leave.
Yes,
you're never on leave. I keep saying, oh, guys, I'm going on leave on the 15th of December. Well, goodness, I've got so much content that has to be created. Yeah, like I've been given my car for December. I have to create a lot of content for that. So I never actually switch off.
Just this industry that we're in, that we occupy, it's not if you take a week off of not doing anything, is you're kind of gone.
No, I had a campaign And I won't mention who it was with the brand or anything. And I told them, I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
But I leave on this date for Italy with my mom. We were going on like a mom and daughter walking tour. So they said, okay, no, that's fine. But we need like 3 posts that need to be loaded. This date, this date, this date. And I was like, I will be on Mount Vesuvius that day. And they're like, well, if you can find reception. And I literally just replied. I was like, well, I didn't say it like this, but I wanted to say, just go and jump in the lake. Because I was like, guys, come on. Like, I gave you all the lead time. We knew where I was going. But there was just no respect for my time, which is often the case, I find.
Do you push back, Emma?
Yeah.
Do you push back?
Now I do.
Okay.
Not always. I'm in a position now where there's, it's so urgent. They need stuff from me urgently. I spend the night, I get it to them, and then 3 weeks go by, and then they're like, oh, listen, we've just opened what you said. If you could redo that. I'm like, I'm sorry, it was urgent 3 weeks ago, and you've only opened it now. I'm now traveling, and you want different images, for instance, or whatever. So now I've been able to respond and say, sorry, with all due respect, I sent it way ahead of deadline. You need it urgently. This is on you. You're going to have to figure it out. Now I'm charging. So if I send you a WeTransfer link and it's got everything in it and it expires, I have to resend it, I'm now going to charge you.
Who sent that invoice?
Yeah, I can't remember. Although I get so if I send it, then I'm like, what's going to happen? Are they going to accept it?
Do you ever still have the moment like when you're invoicing, like, hey guys, I shouldn't be charging?
Every single time I invoice. No, I got full imposter syndrome. I don't think I should earn what I earn on some things. I didn't think I should win the GST kind of thing. I was like, there's no way I'm going to win.
Come on.
And I was like, I don't think, maybe they made a mistake. Like, you get that feeling.
I mean, like, it wasn't even a voting category. It's like, no, this is judges, justice, judges, judge.
Full judged. And I was like, maybe they didn't watch my stuff. Like, maybe they just were like, oh.
It was a sympathy vote.
Yeah. Or like, oh, they're a woman. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just get this, like, it's just in your head, this lack of confidence and imposter syndrome.
How do you shake it? Because everyone's got it. I was here, there we go. I love that. I love this.
Oh, honesty.
Yeah, I know.
I just top
six.
So, Malo, Shiraz.
No, a good old, and I basically into a kid that was like a savvy bee.
It was savvy bee. Oh my God.
I love it. He hates it so much. I was like, call me a scabby bee. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm saying that. What a fab word. So yeah, a lot of somebody will like.
Some other stuff, but take is the imposter syndrome.
Well, that and parenting works.
Okay.
You just do them.
The parenting affected how you actually operate.
Yes, so I think it very much changed not only the way I operate, but also the content I created. I thought I knew so much.
But you had your son, it was during COVID.
So he came 2021. He came to us in Feb 2021. Okay, so we were out of like the hard lockdown, and we still couldn't like go to the park and stuff like that. But I don't even think COVID made a difference. I was just like, what have I done? What has happened to my life? Sure, but it was intense. And then I had to keep working, and I was doing stuff. And I was like, oh, like a car seat. I'd be like, oh, you can put a car seat and do this, whatever. I thought I knew. I didn't until I had a kid. Car seats are hell. They're hell. But I just take one in and out every single week to a new car. And those things are heavy and they're hard. The ISOFIX is not easier. Hard. Click in and then get them in. It's so physical to be a parent. It's like, wow. This is a lot. But I also just had to really time things so differently. I've got an amazingly supportive husband who takes the slack for me. So he knows like a lot of early mornings I need to film. And so that he'll do like the school run, like get him up, get him to school stuff, so that I can do what I do. If I didn't have the husband I would never be able to do what I do.
Okay. So the partner is important.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you need a good partner next to you to be able to operate.
And you need a very secure partner within this industry. I'm aware a lot with mostly men.
Yeah.
Do you know? But my husband came on a launch once and he was like, oh no, I make those men. No, I'm good.
There's no friends.
He's like, really not. He's like, that's on you. No,
I mean, hey, there we go. If you had not been doing this, would you have gone the drama route?
Whoa.
Because everything about you says that, oh yeah, she would have operated really well.
Well,
as in that world.
Interestingly, so I'm just going to throw a curveball. My two options, so I applied for honors in journalism.
Yeah.
And my other honors, my major was psychology. So I was going, if I didn't get into the journalism course, I was going to do psychology.
Yeah.
So, because that's what I always wanted to do. So I don't think I would have, I certainly wouldn't have been on stage, but I always wanted to be a presenter. So I knew I wanted to be in front of the camera somehow. So not as an actor.
As a performer?
No, not an actor or anything. No, I'm rubbish at that. I'm so crap at accents as well. So like languages, accents. I'd be the worst actor ever. Actually,
no BAFTAs for you.
Not a thing. No.
Only content creator awards.
That is it. One I got. I said I'm so glad I won it now because this is getting very big. I think it's the words. I would have lost in the crowd.
I mean, I feel like you're one of those people that's going to be inspiring little upstarts and automotive and motoring content creators, because I have seen, and I don't know if it's directly as a result of you being present in the space, but over the last year or so, I've seen a lot more people doing car reviews.
Yeah.
Doing come, let's go to a car show today. Let's go check out what's happening there. Do you feel like that is something that's going to be grow? That's an area of content creation that's going to be growing in the next few years?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to take credit for that, but I know it's not me. But there's a very big shift happening within our industry at the moment, and with regards to content creation. So I think it's going to grow. I feel like there's maybe a bit of an implosion coming as well, because what is happening that a lot of the youngsters I find are doing almost carbon copies of each other.
Okay.
So you're seeing like a lot of automotive videos, but they're almost all doing the same thing, which I guess is exactly what motoring journalists back in the day was anyway. You know, like magazines all kind of doing the same thing. And so I want to see the one that comes out, in fact, Woozy, who won last year, like he, I think, stands out. It's so different. It's so different to just like a TikTok style video one way going like, this is the car. Look at the headlights, look at the side lights, look at the engine, I'm waiting to see the people who come out and do something that we haven't seen. Like I'm excited for that, and because we've got all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But what I am seeing, which is I love, is a lot of young Black women that are coming into this industry that is just filling my heart with such joy, because there was a time that there was almost no females of any color coming into this industry. And I just thought, where's it going to go? Like, it's just going to be dominated by men for years, 2 years to come.
Unsustainable.
Correct. And now I just see more and more that are coming in, and I'm just like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Imagine it just gets taken over by Black women. Oh my goodness. You're amazing.
Your area of expertise, or shall we call it your area of focus, is automotive. Right? But what do you consume? What other content do you consume? Is it dances?
Okay, I already told you about You magazine. In that way.
True crime.
No, it's full animal stuff. Like, like the animal stuff sounds odd. That's not hell dodgy, but I mean like that. I mean
now that you
dogs that are like jumping in snow.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, ridiculously cute video.
Yeah.
And then I'm like a big documentary fan though. So I do. Oh, and I do love a reality show.
Do you sports fan?
No, not anymore.
No.
Wimbledon, yes. A big tennis fan, but not like my husband's an Arsenal fan. My dad's Man United.
I don't know much about.
You don't.
Name teams in the
Not interested.
No, I like the rugby now. I like the rugby now.
Now, if that's twice.
One is very proud of me for liking rugby now.
Oh, okay.
It's a start. Yeah. I know graduations. I know what a turnover is.
There we go.
I know what a conversion is.
There we go.
Yeah, I know.
Not one religion to another.
No.
The rugby one.
The rugby one. Yeah, I fancied like 3 times in the final.
Come on.
Again, why?
I love the sanity.
Next, the World Cup. Where is the next one? Do we know? We must know. Australia.
It's not in Australia.
Gosh, that's good. Okay, that's gonna be like morning games for us or something, right?
Pretty much.
Because these 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I'm in bed by 9.
Come on, listen, there's a period. 10 o'clock. That's clock. Come on.
I sat there at that final, like this, and then I was like, "Oh, just wake me up near the end. Just wake me up at the end. Let's see what happens." Because I couldn't anymore. I couldn't even pretend to be interested anymore, which is just so late. I can't. People know, and they're like, "Do you want to do dinner and stuff?" Like, "Should we meet at 8?" I'm like, "What now?"
Do you want to meet at 8?
Meet at 8. I'm like, "So we eat like 10?" I was like, "No."
That's when you start putting on the white noise.
Oh, I'm always like, well, like no. So you want to meet like 5:36? Yeah, we home after state. That's my part.
That is such a perfect idea.
I know. I thought COVID would have like steered people.
Yes,
to
guiding them towards.
Yeah, put those curfews back in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get home at 9. Yeah. They can't do anymore. Yeah.
What's the next year looking like for you? 2024. Obviously, you can't mention pending campaigns and things, but.
I mean, nothing. You think I've got all of them. Where are they?
I don't know. You just seem so busy.
Yeah.
You just look like you're so busy.
Oh, I'm very good at doing that.
Is it?
Yeah. Full blown pretending. No, but I have.
Such a good content creator. Like, hey, look at me, I'm busy.
Yeah. I don't actually have any big campaigns and things, but some like talks with things, which is quite cool. But like, what's the thing?
Any changes happening? Because I mean, year on year, everyone wants to try something new. Are you gonna add something new to what you do, or take anything away, maybe?
I don't know. This is often my sort of December thing.
Yeah.
I go like, I'm going to do a full career change, and then I just carry on, roll over, keep going.
If it's not looking to
100%, and I'm just like, what I would love to actually do is find someone to come on board with me who's social media, someone who can just help guide me. I'm just now like the TikTok that I was doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm constantly, there's always a new platform, there's something new to learn and whatever. And I always find like I could do so much more. I just need the guidance. So that would probably be something that I'd like to look at next year, where I actually just get someone on board, come with me, like an intern who just knows. I mean, I've had him very young, but who's young.
Yeah.
And when I started, there was no social media.
Got you.
There was not.
Yeah.
Facebook even.
You were blogging to
just do the biz.
Yeah.
Like, now I just need someone who's like on it, who can go like, oh my gosh, Danny, this is actually good. I've been doing it. Well, I'm there now, 40. There you are. Actually, it's 30, someone will be telling you, so I'm full in it.
No, I've called the worm the other day.
Oh.
And it hurts more when it's worm.
Then
No.
So you just think of one people when you think, you can probably do it.
When I hear uncle, I'm fine.
Oh,
Uncle sounds fine to me, but when somebody says it just sounds like.
Someone just say uncle. I think uncle sounds a bit pervy. They're a bit like creepy.
No, like in TikTok, uncle is not so bad. Like you can call any older man uncle so and so.
Yeah, you have to say their name. You can't just say uncle.
Yeah, but in Afrikaans, it fits here.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it makes it sound like you own a trekker and.
Yes. Do you know what it is? I suppose it's because you still call worms.
Yes.
You know, and English people don't really get to an age where you start calling people uncle. You're just like,
It's always been so weird for me.
But Afrikaans, I think it's because even now, I was sort of going, he's like, hello, I'm like, almost funny. But you keep doing it.
I think I'm up to a mechanic, and the guy's like 5 years older than me. I said, I want JC.
Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, you guys make it weird.
So
it's you guys.
Congratulations. I know it's been like, a couple of months now?
I know, but this makes it feel quite real.
Yeah, but the feeling's there, right?
Yeah, it's still there. I just tell her I'm award-winning.
You can't get around. Like with your glass of 7B.
But you just knock around. I should do that. Talk around. No, but if anybody comes out now, I'm always like, award-winning. Award-winning. Can't clap it.
No. But you want to. If you want to. Why would you want to? I don't know. I should clap again.
Like a round of applause in a way. He didn't say last week. No,
I'm going to edit that. The round of applause. When the content creator is needy.
Yeah, she needs validation.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Thumb Stopper. As always, thank you to Workshop 17 and Studio 17 for handing us the keys to their dope workspace. If you're new here, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. Once again, thank you for tuning in. New episodes are out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. sharp. Goodbye.